It's never going to come out. His nephew's not going to win for entertainment purposes, but use discernment. I don't know if they're going to show the video. They interrupted my video. They interrupted my live. These videos are for entertainment purposes, but use discernment. Um, his nephew's running for the Democratic Party. He's not going to get in office. He's just bringing everything out. He already knows what happened to his father and his uncle. Okay. Um, there is a female that also knows what happened to John F. Kennedy and a masculine, and they're still alive. Okay. Um, and that's the end of that. So let's talk about these AIs. Okay. These AIs. Now I also see the magician card, so I don't know if they're gonna show that video because they just stopped that video. Hold on. They just stopped it, so they said error, so I don't know what's going on here. So so okay, so these AIs, they're looking like real humans. Um, okay, I see the magician card in the reverse for John F. Kennedy. John F. Kennedy was a Gemini. Um, Now I see an old masculine and an old feminine, older feminine energy. She was false. Okay. The guy that went to um, jail was a decoy. Okay. But it's never. It's going to come out. The nephew knows. The family knows. Okay. They know why they keep, you know, disappearing. Okay. They know too much. Um, for entertainment purposes, we use discernment, but we're talking about the AIs. Um, but John had his nephew is trying to bring the case back up, but he's doing this for a political move. Okay, he's an air sign, Gemini. Um, and there was something happened with the communication blocks with him and confusion, deceit, intentions, and lack of energy. Now, the AIs, this is interesting. Show me what I need to see for the AIs. The AIs. Wow, shit. Oh my god. So this is a lot of the AIs. They look like humans. I have seen some AIs on my lives. Wow. Okay, the AIs here. Okay, there's a lot going on with the AIs. The AIs is interesting because when I'm seeing the AIs, I'm seeing it with masculine and intellect. Okay, these nerdy people. They will be an issue in the future. Okay, that's the hidden information. The AIs. The AIs don't have emotion like we do. And there's AIs that we're actually seeing on television that we think that are like us, but they're AIs, okay? I just need one card on the AIs. And I'm using the Kepler on the AIs. Just give me one card. What's... The AIs. Show me what I see for the AIs. The AIs. Ooh, their pathway. It's interesting because I'm looking at the pathway card and it's a cross. The first time I seen a cross on this card. So that's showing me that's a crossing. It's interesting. The first time I really looked at this card in this way. So there's an end to something old and a way to something new. The AIs. Wow. I never. Oh, right here. I never use this book. I never use this, you guys. So, this significance arrives at a long, rocky forest path. It winds up a hill, but the trees seem cool and inviting. The destination can't quite be seen for the AIs, but it looks like there's a pleasant patch of sun after they climb. It's all past roads, walkways, tracks, and trails. From this, it derives a sense of long race like triathlons. It's a long road, so it represents distance and a good length of time. This leads to the timing hint of 1 or 2 years, but they've been around more than that. Okay, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Now, the pathway may announce the overcoming of distance, but both temporary. If you try not to force the matter, you will experience development. This card may concern the slow growth of a partnership or long-term career planning, which is the AIs. Okay. I'm seeing the AIs on television. There's newscasters that are AIs. There's tarot card readers that are AIs. There's a famous medium. I don't know what the hell he is. Okay, just saying. He wrote a famous book, and I'm like, this man is not even real. He's an AI, and he's talking through a hologram, through a damn hologram. Okay, and this is the problem with the AIs because they can use our voices. They can sound like us. They can actually look like us. So say you have a child, and the child is laid in front of you, but it's a hologram, but you think it's your actual child. So you reach out and grab the child, and you're being deceived and deceived because this is a hologram. Okay. This is the future of the AIs. And it's like you have the humans and then you have the AIs. Okay. Yeah. They're intertwined. Okay. They're intertwined here. So I'm getting all these cards in the reverse. So this is just showing me the directory of the AIs as we know it. Now, if we Google AIs, They look like humans. The technology is artificial intelligence. They look like us. Okay. And I have seen them on television, on YouTube, Instagram. Okay. So they're just among us. They're artificial intelligence, interfering with information. Now, Amazon is interesting because I'm seeing Amazon is going to be doing something with AI. Amazon, and I think that's Benzo. Is that Benzo? What's that guy's name? Benzo? To get stuff delivered faster. Is this Benzo? Who owns Amazon? Is it Benzo? That Benzo guy? That weirdo? I think it's the history of the AIs, the artificial intelligence is going to be a big problem. Okay. Yeah. Because they're going to be interfering with information because these are machines, but they're displayed as humans or by other animals. Okay. Now it's interesting because they're mimicking the human speech, and they are also mimicking how we look. Okay. Like Siri, Alexa, but this is higher than Siri and Alexa. They look like humans. I have seen these people on the news. I have seen these people on YouTube. That one guy, he is an AI. Okay, I see them all the time. Is the artificial intelligence was founded as a academic discipline in 1956, and in these years since, it has experienced several waves of optimism. This is why I've seen this card. Modeling human behaviors. Also modeling human problems, solving formal logic, and large database of knowledge. Okay, and it's also imitating animal behavior. Okay, so this will be a problem. Give me one card for the future. Because they can actually take our voice and say you call your mother or your father, or you call, this is why you have to have codes. Okay, code words. I do this with my kids. I have code words. Make up code words. Okay, because the AIs are not going to know the code words. Okay. This is why China is making China, because I'm seeing China, the flag of China is red and gold. This technology China is making is interesting. I did a video on the AIs in the past. Go back to my past videos, and they can actually see consciously. They're using it in elementary, middle, and high school of the children, what they're thinking. This is bizarre. Okay. But they can mimic. So they can look like you, they can sound like you. You can get a phone call from your child and think it's your child and it's not your child. It's the AI. Or they can show you a hologram in front of you and you think it's your mother, your father, your child, your sister, your brother, and it's not. This is why I use codes. I have codes with my children. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. So what we do is we have codes. Okay, codes. I was just talking to my youngest daughter about this. We're going to start making up codes. And she's like, Mom, we got to switch up the codes. I'm like, no, we don't have to switch up the codes, but each code has to mean something specific. Do you know what I mean? Like red. Help. Okay. Wow. It's interesting that this card came out for the AI. Artificial intelligence. This video is for entertainment purposes, but use this discernment. This is not good. Okay. Oh, man. So, try to do code words with your family, so you can outsmart the AIs. Okay. Thank you, ancestors and angels. This is interesting. This is very interesting. Now, it's in the reverse. Okay. The devil is in reverse. Normally, if he's in the upright, he means like addiction, material pleasures, but he's in the reverse. So this is where we become more self-aware, and we break the chains that come with addiction or poor habits, right? But one thing is usually clear: we're breaking off these chains, right? So we're actually assessing the situation and we're calling it for what it is. So we know what's going on, okay? So we're freeing ourselves from this manipulative energy in some kind of way. This is interesting because I didn't think I was going to get this card and I got it in the reverse. Because if I got it in the upright, it would have been like manipulation. But it's like we're free from it. That's interesting because we know with the AIs. Okay. Wow. That was very interesting to get that card. So we know because they can mimic our voices, they can mimic our or how we look, okay? But they're using the holograms or holograms, whatever, in the AIs. But the AIs don't have emotion. So that's interesting that I got that. So we're aware of this. Yeah. We're definitely aware of this energy. And it's like we're free because we know energetically we're free because we know what's going to happen. Okay, some of you guys could be having dreams about this, okay? But we're actually free from this energy, okay? But they're gonna be around, but it's gonna be an issue. because they're gonna have our voices and they're gonna look like us. Okay, this is what I'm seeing. So this will be really interesting. Um, and I did get the Fool, so it's like new beginnings. But they've been working on this intelligence for a very long time. Um, they have perfected it with animals and with mimicking humans. They look like humans. I've seen them on um, going down my live. All right. Just comment below your thoughts on the AIs. All right, you guys. Light and love. Light and love, my beautiful souls.